The Latin word conscripti comes from the verb conscribere, which means to enroll, to register, or to write together into a list. In the political life of ancient Rome, especially during the time of the Roman Republic, this word became closely connected to the Senate. It often appeared in the famous phrase Patres Conscripti, which means fathers and the enrolled men. This phrase was used when addressing the Roman Senate and shows how the Senate developed over time. At the beginning of Roman history, the Senate was made up mainly of patricians, the old noble families of Rome. These men were called patres, meaning fathers, because they were seen as the founding and leading figures of the state. However, as Rome grew larger and more complex, the number of senators increased. New members who were not part of the original noble families were added to the Senate, and these newly added members were called conscripti, meaning those who were enrolled. Over time, the phrase patres et conscripti became a standard way of addressing all senators, even though the original distinction between old and new members became less important. When a speaker stood in front of the Senate, he would begin by saying this phrase to show respect to all members. It was both a formal greeting and a reminder of the Senate's history, combining tradition with change. The word conscripti also shows how Roman society was able to adapt. At first, political power was limited to a small group of elite families. But gradually, new people could enter the Senate through service, wealth, or achievement. This change did not happen quickly or easily, but the use of the word conscripti reflects this slow expansion. It represents the idea that the Senate was not completely fixed, but could grow and include new members over time. In a broader sense, conscripti can also relate to the idea of being officially listed or chosen for a role. This connects to another important Roman concept, conscription, which means being called into service, especially in the army. Although the word is used differently in this context, the basic idea is the same. People are selected and enrolled into an official group for a purpose. This shows how Roman language often connected political and military ideas. The use of conscripti also highlights the importance of record keeping in Roman administration. The Romans valued order, lists, and official documentation. Being conscripted meant being recognized by the state and becoming part of its system. Whether in the Senate or the army, being written into a list gave a person a defined role and identity within Roman society. Even though the word conscripti is not commonly used in modern English, its influence can still be seen. Words like conscription and conscript come from the same root and are still used today, especially in discussions about military service. The original Roman meaning helps us understand how these modern terms developed. In the end, conscripti is more than just a simple Latin word. It tells the story of how the Roman Senate expanded, how new members were included, and how the state organized its people. It reflects themes of authority, inclusion, and structure. By studying this word, we gain a deeper understanding of Roman political life and the ways in which language can preserve history.